Okay. I want to welcome everybody to Collaborating Connections Professional Networking Meeting. We meet on a weekly basis and we are a membership group. We love to invite visitors, and we have a visitor this evening. Welcome, Taisha.
Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing today?
Oh, good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, as a networking group, we endeavor to build better relationships with each other, to understand our members, their business, what they're about, and provide some very robust referrals when we are out and about and know those who may be interested or in need of the goods and services of our fellow members. As well, we take the time to talk about those issues within our business that are very relevant amongst all of us. This month's theme is Juggling June. So we are talking about being multitaskers, being able to have a successful work-life balance, and all of the things that it takes, all of the skill sets, all of um, the wonderful things it takes for us to be a complete and successful business owner. So that could be resources, that could be skill sets, training, that could be, just our frame of mind. All the things that it takes for us to go forward and build and stay successful. In addition, we are all small business owners and managers, but we also care about our local communities, our nonprofits, and social needs within our world. So we also love to invite nonprofits to come share with us, with our group, to tell us who they are, what their mission is, and to find out how we might be able to give back, contribute through time, talent, treasures in helping them thrive as well. We love endeavoring to be successful on our own, but we want to see others around us thrive as well. That's within our communities, our neighbors, our nonprofits, and causes that are near and dear to our hearts. So we are also an industry exclusive group, meaning that we only have one member in this group representing a particular type of industry. My name is Dawn Evans Casey. I'm the leader and I represent the travel industry. So I'm the only travel agent in this group. It actually helps that we're not challenged to divide our referrals between multiple people in the same industry. And it actually helps because we get the chance to really get to know that member of or representative of the industry. We get to know them on a very personal and professional basis, understand their business and what they have to offer, and then we share that information with others. So with that being said, if there are no other questions about the organization, we on a weekly basis do a roundtable of business introductions, allowing everybody an opportunity to talk about who they are, what their business is, what they do in that business, and what types of referrals they are looking for. So we will get started off. I'd love to invite Shelley Horton to kick off. Are you ready to introduce yourself and your business, Shelley?
Yes, I am. Good evening, everyone. I'm Shelley Horton, and I'm an Avon Independent Sales Rep. I've been with Avon since 2014, and Avon is celebrating 135 years. We have our old-fashioned Skin So Soft is still going strong, and we have a lot of new things. And at this particular time, we're celebrating Father's Day. So if you're looking for any Father's Day's gifts, we have a good selection. of men products. I'm looking for anyone from 18 on up to work with that wants to work with other people and meet with people. I joined the company because of how they support cancer research. You can do things, donate for cancer research, being an Avon agent. At this time, it's $5 to join, and they build your website, and you can go basically immediately after you get started, starting to be an agent. Looking for anyone that just wants to meet people and enjoy people, and at the same time, you can get some good deals for yourself. I'm Shelly Horton at youravon.com/Shelly Horton.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much, Shelley. Does anyone have any questions for Shelley Horton and Avon? Okay.
I will say one thing, their shipping is very fast. So if you needed a Father's Day gift, if you ordered it today or tomorrow, I'd almost guess you would have it by Saturday, Sunday. Isn't Sunday Father's Day?
This Sunday? No, I
Next-
think it's
next
we still got
Sunday.
another.
Next Sunday? Okay. But they have a very quick shipment. So I know.
I agree
And
with
just
you.
let you know,
Wow, thank you for the reminder, guys. Goodness sake. I'm sitting here thinking it's like weeks off. It's not weeks off. Goodness sake, what was I
About 10
thinking?
days.
Yeah, what was I thinking? Okay, thanks, Nancy. I appreciate that, you lady, Shelley.
But I certainly agree with Nancy. I have experienced the US Post Office has been slow in deliveries of regular letters and cards as of late. But I tell you what, whenever I order from Avon, it is snap there quickly. So your company certainly has it going on. If there are no other questions or comments for Avon, let's move on to Nancy Vesley. Nancy, are you ready to introduce your company and your business?
Yeah, I'm Nancy Vesley. I'm with IHC Specialty Benefits. We carry over 40 insurance companies. So chances, and it's up for health insurance. Chances are I have something that would fit your needs. I have health insurance, I have supplement insurance, I have life insurance. And I'm looking for anybody that has holes in their plan or needs additional help with supplements to help fill like the deductible situation. You can pick up a supplement that would help you pay for some of those deductibles. Or that's if you don't even have, there's a lot of people out there with no insurance because they're afraid it's too expensive. But right now there's some options that are really affordable for a lot of people. Nancy Vesley with IHC.
Cool. Thank you so much, Nancy. Does anyone have any questions for Nancy about health insurance, life insurance? My quick question for you, Nancy, and I swear this is not a hard one. She always says I ask the hard question. In identifying the gaps, do you just sit down with someone and ask them about their current policy coverage and you have some type of a worksheet that you go through that helps
Right.
identify something affordable that covers those gaps?
Right. And what they're looking for and what kind of number they're looking for. Because there's supplements at different levels. You can get a supplement for like $2,500 or maybe one for $5,000. That would help with that, covering that deductible so it doesn't have to come out of your pocket every year. So it's just getting to know what their need is.
Cool. Well, as I'm about to start a new contract job tomorrow, and I need to circle back with you about my dental plan. So we will talk soon.
Okay, no problem.
Awesome. All righty. Let's see, Pauline Ray, are you ready to introduce yourself and your business?
Yes, I am, and I apologize. I cannot get the video to work, but my name is Pauline S. Ray. I am the owner of Wedding Stationery by PSR Designs. And when you think of weddings, you think of the new brides and the giddiness and all that stuff. But let me tell you, you can do renewals. You can renew your vows, in which wouldn't require the same fanfare as a big wedding, because you got to think they're doing micro weddings as well. But I assist the couple in painting the appropriate picture for your first official communication for your wedding. So I help you create your save the dates, your wedding invitations, your menu cards, your thank you cards, your table numbers, any piece of stationery that would be involved with your wedding. This is where we collaborate, and I help you make that vision come to life in paper. My I don't want to say a preferred couple, because any couple to me is welcome, and I treat you just like you're a brand new um, bride and groom, make you feel welcome. Some of the services that I do offer that I just took care of this morning, a bride has enough stressors on her, and not just her, on him as well. Um, I mail your invitations for you. I mail your stationery for you, and it's at no additional cost. The reason I do that is because I love what I do. I have a passion for what I do. And if there's anything that I can do to help take a stressor off of the couple, that's what I do.
That's awesome.
So 80 to 85% of my invitations are handcrafted. And like I said, any couple that you know is renewing their vows, or just getting married, period, having just a reception only, whatever it falls into the wedding realm, that's where I come in. I've been in August, it will be 8 years. No, I'm sorry, not eight, 11 years that I have been doing this. So I've been blessed along the way. I've met quite a few people, enjoyed every last one of them. But my name is Pauline S. Ray. I'm the owner of Wedding Stationery by PSR Designs. And my website is psrdesigns.com.
Super awesome. Thank you so much, Pauline.
You're
Does
welcome.
anyone have any questions for Pauline and PSR Designs and Wedding Stationaries?
I
What
do.
does the
So
S
Miss,
stand for?
I'm sorry. Who who said something? I couldn't catch who said something first.
Pauline, what does the S stand for?
The S, my
What's your,
middle name.
your
My middle name.
what is
My
it?
my Sandra. My full name is Pauline.
Oh.
Well, not Pauline Sandra Ray, but Pauline Sandra Nixon. That's my full name. So if you think, even when I'm at work, I always include my middle initial, because my mother-in-law's name is Pauline Ray.
okay.
So to distinguish between, and I've always done this my whole life, I always include my middle initial in my signature. My middle name is Sandra, so it's Pauline S. Ray. Pauline Sandra Ray.
All righty.
Yes.
Interesting.
Was there another question for Pauline?
I think Taisha said something.
Right.
Oh yes, I was getting ready to ask Miss Pauline, when you do your stationaries, like if somebody had a design already drawn out, are you able to make that come to life on the save the date, or do you already have pre graph designs that you put on your save the dates?
No, ma'am. If you, okay, let's just say is it like floor? Okay, let's take this answer as a question at a time. So when you
Okay.
say something already drafted, so do you mean like you have some greenery or flowers you have in mind for your for the stationery piece?
Yes, I do believe she does.
Yes, if I can talk with her and I can take her idea and put it on paper. And one thing that I do, we go back and forth with samples to make
Mhm.
sure I'm hitting the mark with what they want.
Okay.
So if she wants, for example, black roses, that's what she gets, black roses.
Okay.
Whatever the couple wants is what I do. I prefer not to do box sets, because that's not customization to me. My hands is not handcrafted on that. Everything I create is created by hand. It's no
Okay.
boxed anything.
Okay. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
All righty. Well, thank you, Pauline. I much appreciate that.
Uh-huh.
Let's see. Next up, we have the original Jennifer Johnson.
Yeah, whatever. I don't know, people get a little tired of her. I am actually Jennifer Johnson, and there's zillions of Jennifer Johnsons out there. So I am a relationship marketing coach. I'm also the founder of TTR Networking. And we have so many things going on. But what I basically do is I position you to stay top of mind with your clients in an authentic way, creating personal connections and making you their first choice, basically. So and whether that's through networking, Greener Still, which is just a whole bunch of cool connection stuff. We are the connection company. So it's very exciting to be part of that. And Aisha, we'll talk about that some other time, but I think I shared that with you a little bit yesterday. But anyway, we've got so much going on with TTR Networking. I don't even know, some days it's like, okay, can we fit something else in? So I would encourage you, if you're not a member, we do have a web or a social media page and a group. The group is for our members. The page is for other people to find out what's going on with us and hopefully join us on a number of things. Why was I saying that? We also have a website that we are really trying to work to beef it up. So we just would encourage you to go out there and find us and, try to connect. And you can visit a few times and then we basically say, we want you to join, because that's what it's all about. So, but anyway, I'm glad to be here. My husband had some surgery this morning and he's actually doing better than I thought, but I am not, unfortunately, Dawn, I'm not going to stay on real long.
Okay.
But I wanted to see Taisha, and I was, this group is a great group, Taisha. There is, we've got like 4 other people, right? That are, for some reason, they're MIA at the moment. So hopefully they'll be fine. But we're just glad you found us, Taisha. What's really funny about Taisha is that we met before the pandemic. She connected, I kept her in the loop, whether I knew I was or not. And then she reached out last week, and things have changed a little since we talked last, but that is the power of the connections. I mean, I don't even know if I did it right, because when I saw her email, I think it was a new email, but she had their old email too. So she was somehow, but anyway, it just goes to show you just never know when a connection is going to come, and if Aisha, we'd love to have you join us. But I mean, these people are all good people. So what's really exciting is that knowing that that we're all connecting each other to good people. Yeah, that's what it's all about. I don't know. I'm getting feedback. Somebody's saying, shut up, Jennifer, quit talking. So I am actually going to mute myself, and I may jump off here because I am probably not going to do much good, but good to see you guys, everybody.
Great to see you,
Good to see
Jennifer.
you.
I'm just going to ask, does anybody have any questions for Jennifer before she goes? And if not, I'm just going to take a quick opportunity to say, I met Jennifer years ago. I got into TTR at her urging, and I have loved every minute of it. This has been so much to me, keeping me inspired and engaged and connected to folks. I much appreciate it. And to sit from my seat as a member and a leader and watch TTR really grow and change into bigger and better has been absolutely phenomenal. So thank you for your vision and your leadership, Jennifer. And I understand if you need to spin off, hope that Philip continues to do well. And I'll see you again soon.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And you know what? I would just thank you. One of the things I would really plug is I know that you have members in this group that are not local, and that is a little bit of a, but you know, if you can get in, I mean, it is kind of difficult, but if you check on Shelley, if you go out to the web page or the social media, I'm just using Shelley as an example because she's in Michigan. She is interacting with people. I mean, it's wet. If you're local, yeah, you can potentially go to things and maybe be a little, you can, but you can still do it even if you're, you know, online, you can still be connecting with people. And I would encourage you to do one-to-ones. And, you know, as your schedule allows, obviously we've got people, well, like Sarah's in, you know, New Mexico, which is what, 3 hours earlier or something. I mean, those are the kind of things, but you know, you just have to get engaged. And I use Shelley as an example because I think I was out there on social media and she was interacting. I mean, it's like, it's just, you've got to, you know, you've got to take advantage of the opportunity. The people that don't seem to get involved are the ones that maybe drop off because they don't see what the benefit is. It's like, but you didn't do anything. You know, we had all these tools and these opportunities and you did nothing with it. So anyway, Sally, good for you. I see you on there a lot. So thank you for doing that. But anyway, I'll just leave it at that. And, you know, even if we're not all meeting in person because of Zoom technology and stuff, there's still so much you can do. So much you can do. So don't miss that opportunity. And I will let you guys.
All righty. I see that Dion has joined us and I want to invite Dion to introduce herself and her business. Are you available, Dion?
Okay. Yeah, I'm driving. I just picked up my kids and I am on my way home, but I will give you my spiel. So I'm sorry for not looking at you guys, but I am Dion Robinson. I'm with Color Street, and Color Street is a 100% nail polish in a strip. So it's easy to apply. It's easy to remove with nail polish remover. It's great for any ladies. We've got clear polish for gentlemen too. It's good for a manicure, a pedicure, and it's just a body at a fraction of the price. So right now we have a special, again, they decided to do this for whoever comes on board, they get extra sets in their kit. So that's going on right now. They got awareness shades for mental health awareness right now and for frontline workers. So that's the thing that they donate. This month is $200,000 to 3 organizations.
Wow.
So I'm always so impressed with that, to help with whatever they had for pregnancy, you know, people who lost children, or like they have the mental health, domestic violence. So it's not every single month, but they're working towards that so they can donate so much money to different organizations. So if you have any questions, always looking for someone who is interested for having their nails done, or if they want to start in the business, or if they just want to use like incentives, because like I said, it's a fraction of the cost and it's just something to go in conjunction with your business. So once again, I'm Dion with Color Street.
Awesome. When you get home, Dion, will you please populate your contact information into our chat room?
I sure will.
Thank you so much. Does anyone have any questions for Dion and Color Street Nails? All righty. Well, get home safely, Dion. I'll
Thank-
go. You're welcome. I'll go ahead and introduce myself, and then we will have time to talk to our guest. Again, my name is Dawn Evans Casey. My company is Spa Travel. I've been in the business for about 5 years. I was traveling ridiculously in corporate America, and a friend of mine asked me, or just commented, Dawn, you're traveling all the time. Why don't you get paid for it? And I had never thought of that before. So I looked into the business. I found a host company that I was very comfortable with, and I got my certification and started a home-based travel business. So I do absolutely everything travel related, from booking hotel rooms and car rentals and cruises and destination weddings and international flights, both domestic and international, everything absolutely. And I love it. I love it because I get to take advantage of great deals. I get to learn the insights of the industry, and I get to help people have wonderful, memorable travel experiences. So if you know of anybody who may be looking forward to traveling yet in 2021 or into 2022, that would be a wonderful referral for me. They can do just one piece of travel with just a car rental or a hotel room booking, or they can do the whole shebang, flight, car rental for their destination, venue, hotel, all-inclusive resort, whatever. I do like to work with individuals that are looking forward, not doing last minute travel planning, because it really takes some time to find them great deals and to be able to match them with proposals that work for their lifestyle and what they want to do to have fun. So additionally, if you know of anybody who might be interested in getting into the travel business, I love to help people start their own home-based travel business. I have that abundance mindset, and there is enough demand out there for everybody to be successful. So that's my business, Spa Travel, Dawn Evans Casey. Thank you very much. Does anyone have any questions about travel or the industry? Uh-oh, we lost Dion. Maybe she's just getting into the house. Okay. Well, at this time, I want to introduce our guest, Aisha, who comes to us through a connection with Jennifer Johnson. I believe that she's been familiar with TTR networking since before COVID, but certainly want to invite you to tell us what you're into, what's your background, and how can we help you. So, Taisha, take it away.
Hello, everybody. I am Tayasha. I am the owner of Made and Approved T-shirt Press. I am currently transitioning over to doing T-shirts. I am looking to connect with small business owners to medium-sized business owners. I love to print their logos and ideas on their shirts. You know how businesses walk around, they have like the lawn services and they have their shirts on. I love connecting with those type of business people. And that is what I'm looking for. If you are an entrepreneur and you don't have a staff, you can be your own walking billboard. I can make you your own shirt with your logo on there, with your information on the back, however you would like it. You don't have to be a big company. You can be your own walking billboard, because it's going to take a while before you get those employees. So be your own billboard if you can, and I can do that. I met Jennifer before the pandemic. Me and her met. I was going to breakfast and they were having a meeting at, I think it was La Peeps up in Castleton. And I tapped her. I was like, I'm sorry. Can you tell me what you guys are talking about over here? just out of coincidence. I had no clue who she was. I had no clue what they were doing. It was just a group of beautiful women talking, laughing, having a good time. I had to know what was going on because I had never seen women just sit and talk and laugh and have a good time with each other. So I ended up meeting her. Me and her had a one-on-one. We were supposed to actually connect with more groups in TTR, but the pandemic hit. Things changed for me. A lot changed for me because when I met her, I was doing virtual assistant. During that time, I found out this isn't really me. Like, I'm not happy with this. I don't like this. So that time made me sit and really, really think of what I love. And not even knowing it, somebody else had to bring it to me because during the time, you couldn't go nowhere. So I would make me a shirt, do a little this, but it was just around the house or you do something for your cousins. It was never nothing like, oh, I want to sell t-shirts. It was just for me just to woosah. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just a woosah moment. So my cousin came and he said, why don't you sell these shirts? I was like, for what? I'm just doing them just to do them. He was like, cuz I see you sitting here. You do good shirts. He was like, you love what you're doing. He said, you be in your zone. He said, you got a whole section over here. And I'm like, nobody gonna buy my shirts. Nobody gonna buy my shirts. So I'm out and about and I had on the shirt and the lady came up and she was like, who made that shirt? And I was like, I did. And she goes, do you have a card? And I go, no. She goes, here, take my number because I need shirts. I hadn't even I wasn't promoting anything. I just was having on a little shirt, just out going to grab some groceries and bring myself back home. And she just liked the shirt. And I was just like, maybe this could possibly work. And then from her, she referred another person to me. And I'm like, oh, okay, this could really go. So then I just started to sit down and decide what area I wanted to target. And that's why I said anywhere from somebody who's a solo entrepreneur, or just entrepreneur by himself who needs a shirt just to be a walking billboard, or if you're small to medium size and you have some employees and you want them to have their shirts on or everybody to look uniform. I was like, that's cool. I like that. That's what I can do. So that's what I'm really interested in. I will show you what I've done.
Please.
So I did this shirt not too long ago. And then I did this shirt because my mother is just a beautiful person. And she wanted something that represented her love for God. So I made her some shirts. And then I had one gentleman who was a walking billboard who asked me to put his stuff together.
Awesome.
Yes, so that is my spiel, lovely people of the group. So if you know anybody or if you yourself need a shirt, please do not hesitate. I put my information in there, so please do not hesitate to reach out. I promise I will get with you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. Now,
You're so
and I'm
welcome.
going to correct myself. So I was saying Taisha, it's Tayasha, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
No matter how many times you tell Jennifer, how many times I tell her it's Tayasha, she still goes back and says Tayasha. So I just never correct her anymore. It's over. I'll let her win that one. She can have that battle. But yes, it is Tayasha.
I absolutely love the idea of the walking billboard. And I've had some what do you call them? Like polo shirts made with my logo, my business logo, Spa Travel on it. But the pricing is always, of course, geared towards, massive amounts of shirts. That's when the pricing is good. But when I'm just buying one or two, the pricing is ridiculous with, various colors and designs in it. So can you tell me what your price range is for just, for a solopreneur who wants to have the walking billboard experience?
Sure. So what I do is I look for the shirts. I have certain shirt brands that I only use. I've researched these shirts, wash them, put stuff on them, wash them, and just make sure that these shirts can hold what I'm going to put on them. For just a shirt like this or with your logo on there, just for just one person or it's like $13. It just depends on your size. Yeah, so if you're getting a plain t-shirt and you just want something like a simple logo on there,
Mhm.
I'll usually say like maybe $13, but it just depends on your size, because the higher the size, the more I have to pay, because they take the price up for the sizings of the shirt. But I usually try and stay in a good range for people who don't, can't spend that amount of money.
Mhm.
So yeah, so it ranges. It can go anywhere from $13 to $15 for like 1, 2, 3, just depends on the size. But if you're in a massive bulk from small business to medium sized business, I really had to sit down with you, because with those businesses, they usually want a logo on the front, on the back, they want something on the sleeve. So, and they're a little bit more detailed. So with them, I will have to literally sit down and map it out and give them a price, versus you coming in and saying, hey, I need 2 shirts that say Spa Travel. I want a regular cotton t-shirt. Boom, I got you. Okay, this is what I'm going to charge.
Wow.
Yeah.
I like it. Anybody else have any questions?
This is not a question, but do you have your business cards yet, ma'am?
Oh, don't punish me. Don't punish me.
No, no,
I
no, no,
have
no, no punishment. No, no, no punishment, because not only do I do the wedding stationery, the business cards, I don't publicize that I do them that often.
Yes,
But
ma'am.
if you like, I can work with you and we can create, either I can have them printed for you or you can have them printed. And I can work with you to get your business cards created.
Yes.
This wasn't a punishment.
Because everybody been fussing. You should have your business cards by now. I'm like, I work full time. I have other stuff. And then sometimes you just get lost in the sauce. Or you're like, okay, I'm going to get to it. Okay, I'm going to get to it. And then something else comes up. But yes, Miss Pauline, I would love to connect with you on that. I
Yes,
have it already designed out. I just can't believe people would charge that much for business cards. Like, for that simple design, like that was just 400 cards, which is crazy what they quoted me. So I was just like, I'll just wait.
how
And
much,
search
if
around.
not, if you don't mind revealing, how much did they charge you?
For the 100 cards, they were going to charge me 40. They were going to charge me $55.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, for 100 cards, $55. I was like,
Single
yeah,
sided or double sided?
single side.
Oh,
Yeah. Right.
okay.
Exactly. So yeah, I would love to connect with you on that. Most definitely.
Okay. Yeah, we can work together on that, seriously.
Oh,
Thank you. I appreciate it. I
Uh-huh.
thought you was gonna fuss and give me that little finger. You should have your business
No,
cards. I'm
see,
sorry.
I can't do the finger because the video's not working.
I can see you visually though. I can see it in my mind. I can see you pointing that finger. I can
Can you
see it.
feel the index finger?
Yes.
I will say
Yes.
this about business cards. A lot of folks found that during COVID, while we weren't meeting in person, that business cards weren't a priority because we weren't having that face-to-face interaction.
Yeah.
Now that COVID restrictions are being lifted and people have the opportunity to have more social engagement.
Mhm.
I'd say if anybody has an outdated business card, or it is time to get back in stock. So
Mhm.
that's just something to consider for any business owner. It's always wonderful to be prepared and ready to share. It's great if you can have an electronic business card that you can just transfer from one smartphone to another. That
Mhm.
often works. But to have something that's a keepsake, that's a hand off to someone else, is a great resource. So not shaking my finger, just a suggestion.
Yes. Thank you.
I
Hey,
have
I was
another
wondering,
question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have something besides a t-shirt, maybe with a couple the ones with buttons at the top of them? Do you ever do something along those lines?
I have a lady that just ordered with me, and she wanted the button polos with the 3 buttons right here. So I
Yep.
did order for her. I'm just, as Dawn said, we're just waiting on the delivery. We're just waiting on them to deliver her shirts. But I've pressed on my own shirt. I don't have it here. I didn't think anybody would ask about a polo shirt, but I pressed on my own polo shirts, but I've never pressed on somebody else's polo shirts. But it's not that hard. You just got to make sure what polo shirt you get, that can handle the heat transfer that I have to put on the shirt. So meaning if you wash that shirt, nothing from that design is going to come off or going to peel. So I get shirts and I just test them just to see what can hold what heat, how long can it hold those letters or designs. I test out shirts like that. But yeah, I can do a polo shirt, ma'am.
Thank you. Well, I'll be in
You're
touch.
welcome. Okay.
I'm gonna tell you, Tayasha, that I love the idea of what you do, and you're a great resource when I'm working with, a group like a family reunion that's traveling somewhere.
Okay.
That, having T-shirts is one of those common staples of
You
family
are.
reunion planning, and
Yes, ma'am.
I think that you'd be an awesome resource for me. When folks are reaching out to me for that family reunion travel planning. So I look forward
Yes.
to getting your information and interacting with you on that level.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I appreciate it.
All righty.
Now,
Any
and
Miss
other?
I was
Dion,
wondering,
go
yeah,
ahead,
I
Miss
was
Dion.
wondering as far as color, is it different colors or do you just mostly do white?
No, whatever color you weren't on. I showed some of my shirts. I showed a couple of them. I do them
Yeah,
on
I
all
couldn't
colors.
see it. Right. Okay.
Yeah, I do them on all colors. I can hit it. It doesn't have to be a white shirt. A lot of people lately have been going for white, but whatever color you have. I have a shirt I have to do for my auntie's birthday party where everybody has to wear orange. So I'm gonna put something on the orange shirt.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, so I can do colors. You just let me know. I'll go and research and see what I can find, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, I'm sick of white.
Yeah, and it gets dirty so quick. It's just like I feel like I understand.
Yeah, I'm that person that it's not good for me to wear white because as soon as I put it on, I'm gonna touch something, makeup, a pen, something is going to
A
get
little
on my
drip of
white.
juice. Yeah. Yes.
All righty, very good. Well, if there are no other questions about our businesses represented tonight, I'll just let you know that I usually send out a follow-up email after the meeting that includes the chat room contact information. So you don't necessarily have to copy it down right now. I will send that out following the meeting so that everybody can reach out. We do encourage one-on-one meetings. And why? Because we can't possibly get to know each other very well on a 1.5 hour weekly call. We have the opportunity to, of course, introduce our businesses, but there is so much more to each and every one of us as individuals. And we need that time to have a one-on-one conversation and find out, do we know people in common? Do we share common interests and hobbies? Have we been to the same places? To get more in depth about what we're looking for as far as that perfect client or candidate that we'd like to be connected to, or discussing where do we see our business going and how can our partner help us? Because we are in business for ourselves, but not by ourselves. Certainly, we find that through networking, that we are all helping each other. And as we give away some of our time on a weekly basis to help one another, the blessing comes back to us. So that's what we do. That's what we encourage. So look forward to talking and doing one-on-ones on a weekly basis. As of last week, we instituted a new program within Collaborating Connections, and it's kind of a beta project within TTR Networking overall, where we are identifying 2 collaborating members each week to be our focus members. So we certainly want to focus on having a one-on-one discussion with those focus members, and then look at our own client base, look at our LinkedIn list of contacts, look at our Facebook and other social media contacts, and find out who is a good connection for this, for our fellow collaborator. And once we identify that based upon our conversation, then to do a warm introduction, either by phone or text or email, and say, hey, collaborator, please meet my friend XYZ. And I was chatting with them and found out that they're interested in your business, in finding out a little bit more, or interested in a commonality. They like to skydive just like you do, or something of that nature. They like camping trips. And I thought that you two should talk. So I've included both of you on this text or email, and please take it from here. So with that information, we're hoping that everybody gets in the habit of providing those warm connections, those useful referrals to each other. And again, as I mentioned, as you give, you shall also receive. We hope that as you're identified as the focus collaborator for the week, that you get to enjoy new referrals, new connections, and expanding your circle of influence as well. So last week, Shelley and Sarah, our 2 members that actually live out of state, out of Indiana, were our focus members. And both of them are no longer on the call, so I can't ask them now how that went. I can tell you that I had the opportunity to do follow-up one-on-ones with each of them this past week. And although I know Shelley very well, we happen to be related. I found out new and wonderful information about her. She's focusing a lot lately on her spiritual ministry. She loves Avon and is going to continue to do that. But she also loves to share the word and her ministry. And with that being the case, for those of you who are familiar with Nicole Williams, Nicole does a Monday morning start your week meditation and discussion for ladies. And Nicole kicked off her start your week this past Monday with some spiritual words from Shelley, which was absolutely awesome. So she is certainly gaining some reach and some growth in her ministry, as well as her Avon business. So we wish continued luck to Shelley. I've started sharing some of her contact information in some of the Facebook groups that I belong to. As well for Sarah, who is a Facebook expert, certified trainer. It's a matter of making sure that, people are communicating or complaining all the time that when they need help with Facebook, there is no real voice. There's not a Facebook customer service phone number that they can call and have somebody walk them through it. But Sarah is a wealth of information about Facebook and social media and how to utilize it effectively for our businesses. So it's important that we share what she does and make sure that people know that she is there at her Biz in the Bag website to contact for classes on Facebook social media and how to utilize it. I have signed up for a class for July, and I can't wait to to get through that and to find out new tidbits on how I can enhance my Facebook image for my business and myself. So with all that being said, I just want to remind everybody to do your follow-ups with the focus members. Look at your list of referrals. As we are going through and making contacts and stirring up business for ourselves, we can certainly put in a little effort to share the wealth and stir up business for our fellow collaborators as well. Does anyone have any questions about that, the new program that we instituted, and or any feedback?
No, excuse me, no feedback, but I have to leave so I can get ready to take the twins back to their moms. So I'll read the email for next week. Never mind. Never mind.
Okay, no problem, Pauline.
Okay, everybody have a good one.
Take care, Pauline.
Okay, you too. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay. Our focus collaborators for this coming week are Natasha and Nancy. And I'll share that information via email. Certainly, if you didn't have a chance to touch base with Sarah and Shelley, feel free to do that as well. And let's see, what else do we have here? A couple of announcements that we have for the group. I know that Jennifer Johnson mentioned the Greener Still relationship development, relationship enhancing company that she's affiliated with, and I'm affiliated with them as well. There is going to be a presentation at the end of June that is via Zoom call. I believe it's scheduled for June 29th. There is a posting in the Collaborating Connections Facebook page that is addressing that. So certainly you can come to the session, to the Zoom session. It's a 30-minute session to find out how you can enhance your own relationship development efforts with your clientele and your prospective clientele. That's the focus of the presentation overall. Whether you utilize Greener Still or not, the focus is how do you stay front of mind? How do you remain the first person in mind when someone needs your product or service? And then beyond that information is information about how Greener Still can be a resource and a help to get that done. So again, that is posted on the Collaborating Connections Facebook page, and it is later this month via Zoom call. Additionally, TTR Cares, which is another sister program of the TTR networking, is focused on the social interaction, knowledge base, and nonprofit assistance. So the TTR Cares program is changing up a little bit. It's not going to be a monthly presentation. It's going to be a quarterly presentation with some enhanced efforts for actual nonprofit volunteerism and information. So this month, the TTR Cares program is going to be Thursday, June 24th at 7 p.m. And again, the time changed. We used to do it at 4 p.m. I am starting a new contract job from 9 to 5, so have to push the presentation out to the evening. We will do a videotaping of it, but I'd love to see you all there live if possible. The topic for this month is engaging your inner economist. So it's all about being aware of your finances, great ways to save money in your household and in your business, and thoughtful tips that we can share with each other. Oftentimes, I like to see on social media or, while I'm scrolling about, is someone has a wonderful idea of a, a money saving way that's innovative and creative that I had never thought of before. And it's easy to implement. So we're looking forward to people coming to the presentation with their own ideas and recommendations to share, as well as we are going to have a speaker who is very familiar with the financial management side of small business and consumer business to be able to share their knowledge and tips with us. So that's this month's TTR Cares, Engaging Your Inner Economist. Does anyone have any announcements or information that you'd like to share with the group?
Speaking on your topic about an economist, I've got to say I have been playing with my own small business for years, but until January of this year, I never opened a checking account for a business account. And it kind of says it all. I mean, it's like, when you can actually see a number on what your efforts are bringing in, it's a big, it's a step in the right direction.
Most definitely. It really makes a difference where you're not commingling your personal finances with your business finances. And when you can keep your business finances separate, it's so easy for you to then manage, what are my efforts doing? Am I really making money at this? I can project how much money I want to make, and I know my fixed costs. So, what type of production do I need to be doing on a weekly or monthly basis to, one, break even, or two, to meet my financial goals, to make me really feel like, this is valuable time spent in my efforts. So that's great progress, Nancy. I'm happy to hear that. I don't know if any of you heard the news today. I just happened to catch it while I was walking through the house and my husband was watching TV, that Ally Bank is dispensing with their overdraft fees across the board. In no case will they charge them anymore. And I was like, wow, that is huge. They decided to do that in response to individuals who were really struggling through COVID and the economic downturn. And I don't know if anybody realizes how easy it is for overdraft fees to just accumulate. And then someone feels like they can't get out of a bad situation. So for Ally Bank, that does a lot of online banking as well, to do that, I would hope that a lot of other larger banks and finance companies see that and perhaps follow suit. That would really make a big difference for a lot of small businesses and everyday consumers that are struggling with their finances month to month, and free up some money for them to focus on the needs of their families and their small business. So, anybody got any comments or any tidbits of knowledge that they want to share? Well, we're at 7:07, and our June topic, as I mentioned at the onset of this call, is about juggling. And I thought certainly it would be helpful this month or this week to talk about that work-life balance. So I know Nancy and Dion well, and they've certainly got busy families. Teasha, I don't know how how much work-life balance is a challenge for you, but everybody, I think, has to figure out how to prioritize their time. And certainly we want our businesses to be successful. As I was on the TTR leaders call earlier today, one of the leaders mentioned that there are several balls in life. We have our work ball that we juggle, our family ball that we juggle, our health ball that we juggle, and I think they mentioned a few others. They said the work ball was the only ball made of rubber. All the other balls were made of glass or something far more precious. So if we happen to drop the work ball, it would bounce. There may be another opportunity. There may be another time to make up that work. But certainly family and health and others are much more fragile balls that as we're juggling, we don't want to put those on the back burner. We don't want to drop those because there could be damage that is irreparable. So I thought that that was pretty interesting, kind of a picture in our minds of where priority is that in juggling all of the important things in our lives on a daily basis, we recognize that there's probably the most flexibility in our work situation, and that we have to find ways to make sure that our other areas, our health, our family, our finances, and so forth, that we work hard to maintain those, and so that we don't break them, so that we don't damage them, and that we're able to continue to juggle for a long time. So I have a list of items to keep in mind as we are doing our work-life balancing. And here are some ideas that I want to share with you. To know your peaks and your throughs. If you're a morning person, then take advantage of what you can get done in the morning. Assign some tough, some high concentration tasks to get done in the morning. And don't leave those tasks until later on in the day if that's when your energy level might be lower. So recognize your where your strengths are, when you're most effective, and then make sure that you schedule your daily life to accommodate the most important things at those peak times. Of course, you want to plot in some personal time every day. So when personal issues arise, it can be tempting to bury yourself in your work and avoid the personal stuff. And I encourage you, don't do it. If you don't make time for your personal life, your me time, including your family and your health, you won't have a business to go back to. Next, have set work hours and stick to them. Especially as we were sheltering in place and a lot of folks got comfortable working from home or their home office, it was easy to continue to intermingle work and home life all in one. And oftentimes, if there were things going on in the home, we may end up neglecting some of that work. But the best way to deal with that is to establish some set work hours and make sure that you stick to them. What I found for myself is that there were times when I literally had to go into my work office and close the door. And my husband thought, oh, Dawn's in the house, I can call her and, ask her to address something, take care of something, or answer a question, because I'm my husband's IT person as well. And I had to be strict about, what, I'm on the clock right now. this is my work time. So unless it was an emergency, I can help you when I'm done with work. So sometimes we have to be a little strict with family, but it's good to establish set work hours and then stick to them. Let's see, what else do we have here? Make your workspace work for you. Working for yourself does tend to require long hours without much downtime. So you want to invest in equipment and workspace that supports you so that you're not running all over the house trying to do stuff. I want to ask Dion to kind of chime in. I know, do you have a particular area in your home where you have your samples and your pamphlets and all of your Color Street stuff set up in one place? Or do you pretty much do work from wherever you are in the house when you might get an order or a call?
That's it. Right now, I don't have a work spot. It's a lot of times it's the kitchen table, and that's my goal is to eventually have a work spot, but it's kind of, we need a bigger house. So not much room. With a set of twins and they're growing, they're taking up a lot of space.
All right, all right. But you see it as something that would be helpful in the long run for you. Gotcha.
Well, yeah, it's the organization part that just to keep things more available. That it's just the workspace and like, oh, I can just print this, I can just do it like this. But right now I have to set up things and it's extra time.
Gotcha. What about you, Tasha?
I currently have a small little workspace right now, and we are moving soon, so I will have more space. But my uncle has let me like take over his whole entire living room. Like,
Oh, wow.
bless his heart. Like, he doesn't even come out here anymore. He just come home and go in his room. Like, he just like, this her living room. He just walk through, go to the kitchen, but I've taken over his entire living room, which I love him for it, because most people will be like, get that stuff out of my living room. But yeah, we're gonna move and I'll have a bigger space. So I get what Dion is saying, because you know you have stuff, and if you can't find it, then you order more. And then when you do get organized, you're like, oh my God, why do I have 42 of these and I only needed 20? Like, you know, like, yeah, so you do need your own space.
Yeah.
Better organization. You can see what you already have, so you won't do like I did and buy double shirts. I mean, I have a lot of stuff over here.
All righty. How does that work for you, Nancy?
I have an office for my day job, and then my night job, which is the health insurance, is a little all over the house, wherever I land. So some are organized, some not even close.
Okay. I personally have more than one business, so I'm kind of like Nancy. My travel and genealogy stuff are in one room, but they occupy a lot of the same space. And a lot of times, you know, between the genealogy and travel, some of that overlaps. Say, you know, I'm helping plan that family reunion, and it falls into the genealogy bucket as well as the travel bucket. It becomes challenging, but organizing space is I think very important when we're talking about managing and juggling effectively. So I'm glad that everybody, you know, has that in mind, at least for a future goal, but recognizes the utility and benefit of that. Another item on the list is to know and nurture your network. So we easily get caught up in what's going on right now. But if you, for those of us who are members, at the beginning of the year, we set goals and priorities that included some growth aspect. So we have to realize that even though we're dealing with today's orders and talking to today's clients, we have to think about and implement some actions to grow our network, to make sure that we're having conversations, to make sure that we're tracking time and cost involved in attracting new potential clients and getting our marketing and branding out in front of people who may not have been familiar with us in the past. So it's an ongoing process. We can't just do the work of today, but we also have to plan for the growth of tomorrow. And that's part of the juggling process. I'm wondering, what does everybody think? How do they best manage that? Do you set aside or carve out time for those different activities? Or are you used to kind of managing it all at once throughout your day as it comes to you?
Well, with me, and I've talked about this before, I have to, like, I do stuff on Facebook and I have to schedule out things ahead of time. So like right now, Dawn has a party going and it's scheduled out. So for today, so I'm gonna look at stuff for tonight, but I have to do that. If I forget it, I'm thrown off for the day. So that's how I help with that part.
You do a great job, Dion. I commend you on that, because being the hostess of this party, you've made things very simple and seamless for me. So from your end, I hope that that there are no surprises or problems, but certainly from my end, it is a very relaxed, like I said, seamless process from what I see. So thank you. Tayasha, how do you deal with growing your network at the same time as you are just maintaining your business?
Well, on the networking part, I'm just getting back into it. As I was telling you guys earlier. So I'm just going through and finding business cards, like with people I've done one-on-ones with before the pandemic, and just kind of like reaching out and just kind of letting them know, hey, I have this going on, love to meet with you, talk with you again. And some of them have schedules. I have like two next week, and then I have somebody that wants to meet at the end of the month. So it's a lot, because I would love to be here full time, but I mean, I make it work. I make it work. Yeah.
Good deal. How are you feeling about it, Nancy?
I know I have taken one of Sarah's classes, and I have all of June scheduled out, so I don't have to do it on a daily basis. And that's kind of a relief, because it's like, oh, I gotta do something today. I didn't do anything yet, and I'm done. I'm good for now, right now. So,
Awesome.
and I usually have to put it on my.
Uh-oh, I'm not hearing you. Did you freeze up? Did I lose you?
Oh, did I
Okay.
time block off on my calendar when to do stuff?
Gotcha. Nancy, I want to thank you for sharing the results of your training with Sarah. That's, reading your progress and results really has me excited, looking forward to my training with her, because I know that she's a wealth of knowledge, and I'm looking forward to seeing my business contacts pick up based upon her tidbits. So thank you for sharing that. And I'm glad to hear that it's going so well for you. Let's see. So another one of the recommendations that we have about juggling and the work-life balance is to manage your mind. And it says, when fear and self-doubt or anxiety creeps in, do some work on your mental health, such as meditating or reading a business book. Alternatively, you can spend time with someone who will lift you up and support you. And that, I think, is another wonderful benefit of the TTR networking, is that we certainly have members and individuals that we can turn to, bounce ideas off of, let them know that something is frustrating or a struggle, ask for ideas, or just ask for, prayer and support from time to time. We're all human. We have our experiences that can be like a roller coaster ride sometime. But to be in the business that we're in, hopefully fulfilling our passions, putting our time, our money, etc. into this, we want to keep doing it because we know that there's reward, but we just want to stay inspired. So that's what I recommend. Find out what works for you. I love being a part of that Monday morning Start Your Week with Nicole Williams, where we do meditation and discussion. But everybody has to find out what works for them. So if you have a favorite author of business motivation books or something of that nature, feel free to share that as well. Everybody is welcome to post on the Collaborating Connections and make those types of recommendations. I know that Nancy has some good recommendations of authors. And Nancy, I want to invite you to share those on the Collaborating Connections page as well. Okay. I think that's about it for what I have on the balancing the work life and the benefits of juggling and where the priorities are. So I'm just going to invite, if anybody has any comments or thoughts that they want to leave with the group before we sign off for tonight, I'll open the floor.
Hey, I got cut off earlier, but I wanted to give props to Dawn because she, I was one of the last minute kind of things with our trip, our family trip going to Cincinnati. She found a great hotel, loved the hotel and where it was located. Blue Ashes, that was very good. And found out like had the maximum discount there. So, and gave other suggestions of possible family activities and using AAA and things like that. So thank you, Dawn. I just wanted to.
You are so welcome. I didn't realize that that was right around your birthday and that you all were celebrating your birthday, your mom's birthday, all that good stuff. So I am so happy to hear that you all had a good time. The pictures were awesome.
It's been a busy 2 weeks.
Yeah, yeah. Well, great. Thank you. If there's nothing else, I just want to invite Tayasha back to visit with us again. We've enjoyed having you here.
Yes, I enjoyed you guys.
I want to wish a very successful and productive rest of the week to everyone. Again, Nancy and Natasha are going to be our focus collaborators for the coming week. Let's make sure that we have our one-on-ones with them and help them out with new connections and referrals. Okay? Take care, everyone. Be blessed.
Bye-bye.
Have a great one. Bye-bye. Have a great one.
Thank you.